I'm going to share with you 4 mistakes that keep production assistants offset. And if you're making even one of these mistakes, you're going to have a way harder time getting work. I'm Rob Perkins. In nearly 25 years, I've hired hundreds of production assistants and fired a few. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all 4 mistakes, and if you stick around, I'll tell you exactly what you can do instead to stand out. I'm on a mission to help film crews stop worrying about their next gig and start building real wealth. But that starts with being the person producers can't afford not to hire. Let's take action. It's 5:15 p.m., golden hour is slipping away, diesel in the air, and the radio's going off every 30 seconds, and you can see it in his jaw. And a brand new PA walks up and asks me, "What time are we wrapping?" That's the exact second a hire becomes a regret. Tell me in the comments what's the most rookie mistake you made on your first day on set. Because here's the thing, nobody tells you when you're starting out, this job has nothing to do with the industry. It's about one thing, reducing the stress on set. The second you understand that, everything shifts. Most PAs don't, and it shows up in 4 specific mistakes that get them removed from the list before they even get a second call. The 4th one's the most dangerous because it happens before you even step on set. Mistake number 1, you applied like it's a normal job. This industry doesn't run on job boards, it runs on trust. When a coordinator posts a PA gig, they're hit with 150 emails in the first hour. 140 of them look exactly like yours right now. They're spending maybe 10 to 15 seconds on each one. The corporate-looking resumes with buzzwords and bullet points, gone instantly. Because this isn't a corporate job. It never was. If I don't know you, or if someone that I trust hasn't vouched for you, you're already behind before I even read your name. Be honest, how did you get one of your first gigs? Let me know in the comments. Let the beginners see the reality for themselves. Because when enough people answer that question, it stops being my opinion and starts being proof. The hard truth is, nobody tells you when you're starting out. You can apply to every listing on every platform and still get nothing. You may be qualified, but you're a stranger. In 25 years, I've hired thousands of crew members. Less than 5% came from a cold application on a job board. The other 95%, someone I knew picked up the phone. Student films, indie shoots, weekend shorts, local industry meetups. Those are the rooms where careers actually start. Because producers hire people who are already a known quantity, and it's a lot easier to trust somebody we've already seen show up. When I see someone on a low-budget shoot who's calm, organized, and 2 steps ahead, I remember that. When a position opens up, I'm not going to Facebook, I'm going to my phone. So, if you're sitting at home refreshing your inbox, waiting for someone to respond to your Facebook post, stop. You know that feeling. It's 3 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling doing the math on your account, trying to figure out how many more weeks you can stretch it before you have to call someone and ask for work. That silence from coordinators isn't just uncomfortable, it's expensive. And it's one of the worst parts of your career when you're just starting out. The fix isn't a better application. It's getting in the room, get on set, any set, volunteer if you have to, show up early and stay late. Let people see how you work. That's how you stop being a stranger. Now, most PAs think they're losing jobs because of the resume. They're wrong. It's not the whole resume. It's 3 specific things. Phrases almost every beginner uses because they sound positive. But to a producer, they're a delete button. If any of these are on your resume right now, you're invisible before anyone even reads your name. I'll tell you exactly what they are right now. Mistake number 2, your resume signals the wrong thing. Here they are, 3 phrases that kill a PA resume instantly. Passionate about film, excited to learn, hard worker. Pause the video. Open your resume right now. If you see any of those on there, type busted in the comments. No judgment. We're fixing it today. There it is. And yeah, you've probably got at least one of those on there right now. And I get it. They sound positive. But here's what a producer actually reads when they see those words. This person has no idea what this job actually is. Because what I need to know isn't what you feel about film. I need to know if you can function inside chaos without becoming part of it. Picture this, it's 6 a.m. and the grip truck is blocking the only driveway into the location. The director's already asking on set for a shot list and the talent won't come out of their trailers something about their coffee order. That, my friends, is a Tuesday. And nobody mentions the part where you stood in the rain for 4 hours guarding a cable run, cold, invisible, and completely necessary. That's the job, not the part that looks good on Instagram. So what actually transfers to that environment? A double shift at a busy restaurant, a Black Friday rush, managing a warehouse during peak season. Those experiences tell me you didn't fall apart under pressure. Enthusiasm doesn't help me when the shot list changes at noon. Replace passionate about film with your 2 years managing a warehouse floor. Replace hard worker with a weekend you organized a food bank drive for 50 people. A logistic first resume moves you from the maybe pile to the must call list in under 10 seconds. Fix the resume and you'll get the meeting. But there's one sentence most PAs say in that meeting, thinking it makes them sound ambitious, that makes the producer want to end the call immediately. I'll tell you exactly what that sentence is and the 3 words you should use instead. Mistake number 3, you said you want to learn. Here's the sentence. I just want to learn about the industry. I've heard it 100 times, and every time I feel my face physically change, and not in a good way. We're not running film school. You will learn on set, trust me, usually while you're chasing that same golden hour I mentioned at the top, and nobody has time to stop and explain anything, but that's not why you're hired. The second you say you want to learn, here's what I hear. You're going to have to slow down to teach me. And I don't have the time for that. Nobody on set does. I take that back. If you know me, I love explaining the process, but there's a time and a place. And when we're on the last shot of the day and the sun's going down, that's not one of the times. A PA is not there to watch the director work. You're there to make everyone else's job easier. That's it. That's the whole job description. So the language swap is simple. This is gold. So put it in your phone notes or take a picture of these next screens. Instead of I want to learn, try I want to support the team. Or even better, I want to take work off someone else's plate. Those 2 sentences flip how I see you from a student in the way to a pro in training. That's the difference between a maybe and a yes. Now, pause for a second. Open your sent folder. Find the last 3 emails you sent to a coordinator. Read them. Ask yourself, did any of them mention how you could reduce their stress? Not what you're looking for, not what you want to learn. What could you take off their plate? If the answer is no, that's the fix. Rewrite those emails before you send another one. But even if you nail the email, even if you say all the right things in the meeting, there is one trait that matters more than your resume, your connections, or your gear. It's the one thing that gets you a second call and a third. And most PAs never even think about it. Mistake number 4, you failed to signal reliability before day 1. Experience is optional. Reliability is not. Let me give you a real picture. But first, don't ask me for a coffee meeting. Producers don't have time for that. A focused 15-minute Zoom is better. It respects my schedule, and it already signals that you understand how this industry works. 2 first-time PAs reached out the same week. One asked to meet for coffee. You know how this is going to go. The other asked for a Zoom. The coffee guy showed up late, shook my hand, and spent 15 minutes asking how I got my start. The Zoom call? Well, she was early, notepad open, and before I could even ask what she was looking for, she told me exactly how she planned to reduce stress on set. She said she'd organized a 20-person family trip to Disney, dining reservations, lightning lanes, backup plans when something fell through. Then she mapped that directly to production. She'd research the parking situation at the location before day 1. She'd know the nearest hardware store hours, and she'd have a kit with pens and Sharpies and snacks, and so nobody had to chase her down for the basics. That's the mindset, not I want to help. Here's specifically what I'll take off your plate. Guess which one I called? Take all the time you need. Ask any key grip or gaffer who's been doing this for 10 years. They will tell you the same thing. They'd rather hire a green PA who's 50 minutes early than a so-called genius who shows up right at call time. Reliability isn't something you can explain. You have to demonstrate it before anyone asks. Reply to emails the same day. Texts in the same minute if you can. Show up early, not on time, early. Follow through before the deadline, not after. If I told someone you'd send over your resume by Thursday, send it by Wednesday. Scratch that. Have it ready. Send it now. Here's the producer secret. Every small signal you send before day 1 gets multiplied in my head. If you're 5 minutes late to a coffee meeting, I'm going to assume you'll be an hour late to set. Because call time isn't a suggestion, it's a promise. And if you can't keep a small promise before you're even hired, why would I trust you with a bigger one when there's a crew of 40 people waiting? If you're committed to being the person who's 15 minutes early every single time, not sometimes, every single time, drop 15 early in the comments right now. That's your first public commitment to going pro. Small move, big signal. Keep a simple log of who you've contacted and when. Follow up without being annoying. Those small things add up fast. And shift the question you're asking yourself. Stop asking, how do I break into this industry? Start asking, How do I eliminate the will they show up anxiety for the people who are already in it? Because when you show up that way, calm, prepared, 2 steps ahead, producers notice, and we remember. When you put all 4 of these together, there's one thing they all have in common. Every single mistake comes back to the same root problem. PAs who think the job is about them. The PAs who get called back are the ones who figured out it's never about them. It's always about the team. The film industry is unpredictable. Your career doesn't have to feel that way. Fix these 4 mistakes and you stop being a stranger. You become the first name on a speed dial when a position opens up. They call you back. They call you again and again. That's how you go from chasing gigs to becoming a trusted regular. And that's where the money starts to get consistent. I've seen PAs go from chasing the day rates to having a 6-month peace of mind fund in under a year, just by shifting their reputation to the reliable one. Here's what consistent actually buys you. Think about getting a call for a gig you don't want and being able to say no, not because you're too good for it, because you have a cushion, because you built something. That weight sitting on your chest every time the phone goes quiet, gone. That's the real goal. Not just money, options. One question gets you there. How do I reduce stress for the people already in this industry? Walk into every opportunity carrying that question and watch how fast things change. If you want to know exactly what to do with those steady paychecks once they start coming in, watch this video next. Subscribe if you're ready to build wealth 1 call sheet at a time. Stay focused, stress less, and build wealth. That's a wrap.